Dutchsinse here. 11:17 p.m. Central Time on Sunday, March 11th, 2012. And I want to show you a few things that are going on here on Telecast. First thing that stands out to me right off the bat, out in front of the storm, is a scalar square and HAARP ring outbreak. And that's occurring in eastern Kentucky, going up into Ohio and east into West Virginia. So let me just back this out. You guys can see what's going on. The storm is huge itself. It's going all the way from South Dakota down to New Orleans, and it's producing tornadoes, damaging winds, and hail, and you can see these all marked here. The National Weather Service has issued tornado warnings, which does mean tornadoes detected either on the ground or forming, and Titan Storm Tracking, the computer, is detecting possible damaging winds and hail. So just be aware of the situation in the south. But out here ahead of the storm, you can see, it's really obvious, a series of frequency spikes that are occurring only in one area. You've got plenty of other radar stations all around the entire area, but these are the only ones that are producing a frequency spike. Now, included in the frequency spike of rings, you can see what appears to be a square, what I call a scalar square. Now, the reason I call it a scalar square is, you guys will have to go look this up, is scalar radar. And the type of dish that emits this, I believe, is either rectangular or square, and it produces a square return of interference on the regular radar, even though inside of the square it's capable of producing an actual radar return. So it's not like it's hollow missing data, okay? It's something else. So let's just go ahead and let this load. I'm going to pause this up really quick, guys, while it loads. Okay, and let me go ahead and animate it up now that it is officially loaded. There we go. And you can see it flash on. Let me go ahead and back this up a few. There you go. You can see it flash on. And usually what we see is when you see a scalar square, it occurs in conjunction with several HAARP rings, first of all. A HAARP ring being a term that I've designated for a ground-based station that emits a circular-shaped frequency that interferes or causes certain types of weather phenomenon. It can either stop weather or start it depending on the type of frequencies that are used. That's because the frequency itself goes all the way up into the Earth's magnetosphere and comes back down to the South Pole at a corresponding location on the South Pole. So this station here would emit the frequency. It goes all the way up and down and comes back to the emitting station. That's natural. It happens naturally. The Earth reflects that magnetic signal all the way back. When it comes back to the ground-based station, that's when you see severe weather occur. Now, this all occurs at the speed of light over the course of multiple days. So you got to figure this frequency goes out and then it bounces around for 2 to 3 days. And this isn't my estimation. This is per scientific papers that I've read, which are linked on this website. Now, what you'll come to find is that this produces a vortex rotation after a while with these other rotating ground-based stations, and the insertion of this mass amount of frequency, it causes severe weather to form or come to the station within 24 to 48 hours. So let's just say if it was to affect this storm here, the hardest part of this storm would come through Jackson, Kentucky. So small area to look out for would be the center of that square. Also, it looks like the other ring areas would be areas we'd need to watch, as far east as Washington, D.C., as far south as Richmond, and as far west as central Kentucky. And that could be this storm. It could also be the next storm that's forming out west. When you see the two systems, they're back-to-back, just like our previous severe weather outbreak 2 weeks ago. And I think that we're probably going to see the same kind of formation. It's already a very organized system out here to the west. It's huge, and it makes this current system in the Midwest look rather small. So once it comes through, it will do the same thing. It's going to pull down here, it's going to pull up the warm air from the south, and it will intersect this area. So it could be a double wham with that scalar square. All right? Cheers, folks.